Israel's population consists of 7.3 million inhabitants. 75.5% of them are Jewish, 20.2% of them are Arabs, and approximately 4.3% are from other groups. Israel's population is young in comparison to other Western countries. This is reflected by a high percentage of children ages 0 to 14, approximately 28.4% in Israel, compared with an average of 17% in other Western countries, and a low percentage of senior citizens, ages 65 and above, approximately 9.7% in Israel, compared with 15% on average in other Western countries. For every 1,000 women, there are 979 men in Israel. Up to age 34, there are more men than women. Beyond age 35, this ratio is reversed. From age 75 and above, there are 674 men for every 1,000 women. Israeli consumers are not entirely conservative, and in recent years, many of them have learned to shop through television, telephone, and internet. The products purchased by the Israeli consumer are within the accepted norm, in order to feel like one of the guys. The Israeli consumer is very competitive and wants to outdo his friends. He's also very connected to success stories and likes successful companies. He likes to feel like he is abroad. He particularly likes to adapt international labels and see an image of quality upon the price. In recent years, the beer market has gained momentum. The beer market has undergone a similar process to that which chocolate, wine, and cheese have undergone. In past years, beer consumption has increased by more than 10%. This increase has been mainly due to niche beers and has been at the expense of vodka. The share of domestic beers has decreased from 95% to 66%. According to sources from the industry, the market share of imported labels will continue to grow in coming years. Among the imported beers, Carlsberg's share, with the Carlsberg and Tuborg labels, is approximately 70% of the market. Tempo's share, with the labels Heineken and Amstel, is approximately 25% of the market, and 5% belongs to other imported beers. Recently, Jafora Tabori has introduced the Lowenbrau beer to the local market. Israel's beer consumption, an annual per capita of approximately 15 liters. 65% of the market is dominated by mainstream beers, such as Maccabi, Gold Star, Carlsberg, and Tuborg. Premium mainstream beers such as Heineken, Corona, and Beck's hold about 15% of the market. The remaining 15% belong to cheaper beers, such as Eagle, Martins, and so on. According to importers, the consumption of beer is expected only to increase since it has several advantages over other alcoholic beverages. It is suitable to Israel's hot weather, it contains relatively low percentages of alcohol, and it is cheaper than other alcoholic beverages, which have become more expensive due to the new taxation regulations. The Israeli beer market is seasonal. Approximately 60 to 70% of sales are during the summer months. Israeli beer market sales are estimated to be approximately $100 to $140 million per year. The data from the two large companies, Tempo and Israeli Beer Breweries, indicate that the annual per capita beer consumption in Israel is approximately 14 to 15 liters. This is a very low estimate compared to other countries: 128 liters per capita in Germany and 90 liters per capita in the US. Beer is one of the products that have a particularly high profitability percentage. The cheap raw materials and the consumer's willingness to pay an exaggerated price for beer bottle could have helped the domestic products expand the market size to much more than $100 million, its current size. In conclusion, the total sales of all beer manufacturers and importers in Israel are approximately 600 million new Israeli shekels. Beer is consumed more or less equally by people of all ages. A survey that checked the demographic and social characteristics of beer consumers revealed that men like to drink beer socially, out of their homes, while women prefer drinking beer in their homes. Heineken, a classic pale lager beer, 5% alcohol. List price, $6.70 for a 330 milliliter bottle. In pubs, draft or bottle, a third liter, up to 28 new Israeli shekels. Half a liter, approximately 30 new Israeli shekels. In supermarkets, 330 ml can, about 8 new Israeli shekels. 330 ml bottle, about 8 new Israeli shekels. Heineken holds over 10% of the Israeli beer market, which is estimated at an annual total of $130 million. Carlsberg, 5% alcohol. List price, 330 ml bottle. 6.6 new Israeli shekels. In supermarkets, up to 10 new Israeli shekels for a 330 ml bottle or draft, 1/3 of a liter, 20 to 28 new Israeli shekels, half a liter, 28 to 30 new Israeli shekels. Corona, 4.6% alcohol, list price, 330 ml bottle, 12 new Israeli shekels. In supermarkets, 14 new Israeli shekels. In pubs, the price can reach 28 new Israeli shekels. Thailand is one of the most captivating tourist destinations for Israelis. For over a decade, the Israeli norm has been to enter the army at age 18 and after completing the military service to take a trip abroad. After completing the military service, young people aspire to indulge themselves as much as possible. Massages, cocktails, parties, beaches, shopping, and markets, Thailand is definitely the answer for most Israelis. Approximately 100,000 Israelis travel to Thailand each year, and anyone who has been to Thailand has tasted Chang beer. And once they are back in Israel, the sweet memories of alcohol blended with sunshine do not let go. So in order to return to the same feeling and sensation, they take a bottle of Chang beer and simply hop to Thailand for a vacation, leave the routine things behind, and enjoy. As noted earlier, the Israeli consumer likes to be loyal to his product, especially if it is reliable and of high quality. The personality and personification of the Chang label is reflected in two ways: being Thai and authentic credibility. Chang beer can satisfy beer consumers who appreciate beers with a smooth and delicate flavor. The taste of the beer is suitable to the Israeli palate, since it was produced first and foremost to suit the local taste, as well as the flavors of East Asian food. It is important to note that Israel is part of Asia and has a Mediterranean climate, meaning a long, sunny, and hot summer. As noted before, the Israeli beer market is seasonal. Beer is sold mostly during the summer months. Providing sponsorship to parties and events. Participation in the beer festival in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Advertisement in the media. Targeted advertisement in the cities Jerusalem, Eilat, Hadera. Targeted advertisement at sales points in bars and restaurants using neon signs or stickers or menus, labeled bottle openers. Advertisements on the importers' trucks. Television, commercial channels 2 and 10. 1. Cost of a 15-second advertisement during prime time, 9 to 11, $8,800. 2. Cost of a 15-second advertisement, 5 to 7, $7,500. 3. Digital advertisement in soccer matches for a season of home games of a top-ranking team, $3,500 for 9 months. 4. Digital advertisements in basketball games of a top-ranking Israeli team, $22,000 for 9 months. 5. Cost of a 15-second advertisement on national radio during prime time, $500. 6. Cost of a color page in a leading Israeli newspaper on the weekend, $7,000. 7. Cost of a 15-second advertisement on a local radio station during prime time, $200. 8. Sales promotion, sample tasting, and a salesperson, $500.